Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.
Yeah. Hey.
Warning.
Y'all know what time it is, man. Let's go in. Hey, this is Face the Music, where we take the music, break it down, turn around a different take on the music. We gon' clown, bound, to act the fool, something stupid. So happy, Charlie Trouble, this how we do it.
Yeah. America. Damn, you just had to sneak one in there, huh?
You snuck it in. That wasn't me.
Welcome to Face the Music, the show where we take your favorite song lyrics,
Then what we do?
break them shits down,
Then
throw
what?
them back in your motherfucking face, and make you face the music. I'm your boy Willie So, and to my right we have.
It's your girl, Miss Happy. You already know. How y'all doing?
Hey man, I'm just happy
He over there like, do I look
that
high?
we got one of the youngest in the building.
Trying to wipe the high off you.
Right.
Right.
Do I look
Craig,
high?
like Craig said.
Right.
That nigga Craig said, huh?
Hey, you hear my phone ring? Trouble is in the building and amongst us again.
What's going on, family? Y'all all right?
What's happening there?
Well, thank you for blessing us with your
I
presence.
appreciate that, man. I mean, I'm glad you said it like that. That's kind of cool. Made me feel like Kanye and shit.
And
Oh,
Like
damn.
Mr. West.
Mr. West.
Far West.
Oh, no.
And the man behind the board, Black Mark.
What's the word,
yeah.
family? How y'all feeling
I'm
tonight?
feeling good, brother.
I'm
I ain't
feeling
seen
good.
you in a while,
Yeah, I
man.
ain't seen you in a minute, man.
I don't know who hired a baby better, you or Rihanna. You know?
Oh, wow.
They should have brought Mark ass out of the Super Bowl, too, right behind us.
Oh,
nigga-
damn.
I
did
looked
just-
up. Hey, I swear to God, that
You
baby
know
just
that
popped up on
dancing with love
Facebook.
on top.
Hey, I understand that shit though. I'm the
He
same
did
way.
just
I
sorta
respect
pop
my
up with the
privacy.
shit.
I swear to God, a whole bag. I was like, I had to read the caption. I'm like,
Like,
that
you did who did what?
he said, "Little Mark." Hey, congratulations,
Yes,
brother.
sir.
It's a
Mark
He
B.
over there
Jr.
shooting
out
up the
here.
club.
Congratulations,
Shooting up
man.
the bang bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sushi
Yeah.
boys. Yes. Raw
And then
dog.
and producing a twin.
Yeah.
Ain't that about something?
On facts.
Yeah.
She was just an incubator.
That's all.
Well, ain't
That's
that
all.
about
We
it?
need a vessel.
You got to.
Fucking parasite.
What the hell else been going on with everybody else in the room for the past 24, 48, 72 hours? What's been happening?
Man.
Y'all over there looking like the blood gang over there.
Gang, gang.
Ooh.
Suvu and
Wait,
over
wait,
there on that
who
side.
y'all see is skin? Because y'all got on y'all black.
I don't know.
Vice
What's-
Lords or
Niggas?
something.
Something.
Yeah.
GDs. We
The nigga
GDs.
gang?
We GDs.
Just
We the
Black,
block
Black
niggas,
Panthers
man.
and shit.
Yeah, there you go.
Really,
Yeah.
BMF?
Wakanda forever.
Dick Gregory's.
Black Mafia family. There it is. He said the Dick Gregory gang.
Dick Gregory's.
Wow.
What the hell been going on with
Wow.
Dick of the Gregory.
This is a Mark production.
y'all? Well, damn. Right on time. Oh, that's y'all gang?
That's a production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I didn't. How the hell did that happen? Go ahead.
It's a nitty
You
bitty.
said gang, gang, and that's what happens.
It's a Mark production. All
Man.
right now.
One of my beats came on out of nowhere. What the
Okay.
hell was that?
Dog,
Come
I
on,
done had a
B.
long motherfucking week, man. Long motherfucking month. Hey, Detroit sucked for a little while. Let me talk for a second to DTE. Bitch ass niggas.
First off, we not gonna let you be the spokesperson for saying fuck you to DTE this week.
Man,
Everybody
niggas-
is saying fuck you to DTE
Dog.
this week, except for you Eastside niggas. Y'all was good.
Man.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, you
seen
know why?
that.
Because our
I
shit
seen
done
that.
broke down so many times and shit. Now we got enough band-aids to where we survived the shit.
I'm sick, bro. I'm sick. I
You
spent
gotta throw away all your damn groceries, huh?
not even the grocery part. I am sick about that though, because I came to the crib, my whole shit smell like refrigerator and shit. I hate when that mild defrosted refrigerator smell. Dog.
I hate that
But I got pets in my shit, right? Reptiles.
Oh, they can't stand the cold.
I didn't know that my power was off because I spent time with my girl and shit. So I was east. You know what I'm saying? I was east. Her birthday was last week. Speaking of that, Ocean Prime, y'all could eat a dick. That was the most disgusting food I ever had for that price tag.
Good.
That shit is disgusting.
I've never been there.
Bro, I hate
I'm not gonna
I
lie
hate
now.
fine dining restaurants because it's just really a reason for white people to sell you some bland ass food for the ultimate ticket. That shit was disgusting. Like, bro, we should have went to starters.
Right.
I had better
Get it
flavor
tight,
at
get it right.
starters.
At the titty bar.
Man, you hear me? Erotic City. We should have went seen some titties or something.
Yeah.
But anyway, I came to the crib. I was gone for like 3 days. And obviously I went in a rush to get to the crib because of the ice storm and shit.
Right.
So I'm like, shit, I'm gonna just post up here. So I went to the crib today. Went to go check my shit. I get in the crib. It's ice cold. It's brick. So I instantly like, oh, fuck. I'm running to the tanks. Let me go check the tanks. My thermometer say it's 44 degrees in the house. I'm like, how in the fuck? I get upstairs. These motherfuckers frozen, like, in place. I'm like, dog. And I done spent some bread, like, believe it or not, them snakes and shit like that. Them bitches is not cheap.
Hell no.
Man, and I had some little rare little shit, frozen, dead,
Why-
solid.
Why the hell do you have reptiles?
I bought snakes because I was afraid of them. So I'm one of
sound
them
like my
niggas that like to
cousin.
grab shit by the horns. I'm like, shit, I'm just gonna get some so I can just get over the fear of it. So I got a bunch of them.
You got a bunch of them?
'Cause I got
you
one
scared
at
of
first.
one.
And then you liked it.
I
and you
liked
went
it.
and
It's
bought
like
bunch of
he
them
like a
and shit.
puppy and shit, bro. This nigga used to crawl on the foot of my bed and stand up and watch TV. I swear to God, I like that nigga cool. So I got a bunch of them. They dead now though. DTE done
Damn.
wiped the whole bitch out. I
How
just feel
many
like I
did
should
you
take the niggas
have?
to Judge Mathis. I had 5 of them. I
What
had
kind?
more than that at first.
What kind did you have?
I got pythons and
I figured a
boa
python.
constrictors and shit like that.
Yeah, the boy. I thought
got-
those was
yeah.
dangerous to have.
Nah, nah.
It's not
Shit out
poisonous. Constrictors just squeeze you.
squeeze,
They're not-
yeah.
shit
Yeah,
out. They're
that's
not-
what I mean. Like,
But for you, it might be dangerous. Yeah,
Yeah,
but for this,
yeah.
but for Bigfoot, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna choke him back. yeah, squeeze me, I'm gonna squeeze him too.
But see, how long was he? How big was he?
He was the only one that didn't die. He like 6 feet, but
Oh,
he was
shit.
on his way. I
The
had to throw.
boa?
I had to throw him in a tub of hot water and shit, and he was stuck for a minute. Then he started wiggling again. I was like, all right, I got him.
I just realized something.
You got lizards?
I did.
Okay.
I was supposed to though, but I'm
Because
glad
you know
I didn't.
some of them
Never
lizards, man, when they drop, when the temperature
going
drop, you think they
To
dead.
Trouble's
But they
Probably
come
house.
threw some of them snakes in the water.
That's what I
too, man.
did. I put him in the tub for like half an hour, hot water.
Yeah,
They
nothing-
limp.
nothing.
They limp. They was. I'm talking about it was frozen.
I would love to come to your crib and beat your ass in space, but I'm never coming to your
Yeah,
fucking
I
house.
mean, you can now. Ain't shit there now. It's all dead.
you still got a boa.
It's at. I took it to my girl house. It's
Your
at-
girl like boas?
No, but she like me, so you gotta.
Oh wow.
We a package deal. We come together.
This motherfucker
Well,
said
they-
it's me, the
Hey, I'm about to
kids,
bring my
and the
fucking
snake.
my boa constrictor over to the crib and shit. To spend
What
the
up,
night.
though, Bono,
and,
bro?
and by the way, peace out. I'm leaving this
You
shit.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Like how? Why?
Put some pit bull puppies in there next and get some of your tax refund.
Oh
Hell
god.
Oh no.
Oh god.
That's how I go.
I'll be damned.
This guy here, man.
Happy, what about you? Anything new and exciting happened to you? Because
Well,
this nigga here, man.
it's nothing as exciting as dead snakes. However,
That's not exciting. That's
all.
tragic.
It
it
is.
is tragic. That's what I'm saying.
I'll
That
pour
news
one
is-
for my niggas, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
My
give me
dead
some
homie.
of your damn shit over there you
you
got,
go.
brother. I need some of that with you, man.
On the
yeah.
upside, you could get some new shoes. Too soon.
Snake skin, huh?
Too soon. I'm sorry. That was funny though.
Damn.
Damn. So, I got sought after by somebody.
You got sought after.
Sought after.
Say it with me. Come
Sought-
on now.
Sought after.
Okay. Bye.
Somebody who needed a singer who know people in my band.
This girl
So
can sing but can't talk. Ain't that
At all.
bitch?
Hey.
What
Boom,
in
boom,
the
boom.
fuck?
And we're gonna do a highlight reel. All your Mike Tyson moments.
sought after.
Wow.
But yeah, I get to sing at Burt Warehouse this weekend for
Nice.
the party.
At the
That's
burnt
what's up.
warehouse?
Burt's
Oh,
Warehouse.
okay. I thought you said the burnt warehouse.
You know what? Screw you.
I love you.
I love you too. In a platonic way.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
I got to use that
Yeah.
correctly.
She said it right.
It was
Right.
correct that time though.
Uh huh.
No, see, we say it correctly. It's just used incorrectly.
You know what? I'm really
just
confident when I
used
speak,
incorrectly.
so
Yeah.
sometimes I
It
can get them off.
sounds. It sounds.
It sounds correct.
He being,
Great. I speak with conviction.
But those that know,
They like,
just
what the fuck
simply
you
go. He dumb as hell.
Fuck it. Let him go. Let him go. Let him go. Keep
He'll
going.
be
young
in
niggas.
court talking about something instead of objection. That's platonic, you know.
Uh-huh.
Like what?
Cause goddamn it, I ain't. I'm in there like dog. I'm in court like dog. God damn it, I ain't.
That's ludicrous.
Man,
You know what I've been doing all weekend?
What you been doing?
I've been in a battle.
With who?
Thought you were about
Just-
to say I've been in a bind. I was like, come on,
Nah,
now,
let's
Nate.
Right.
let's just go on into the topic because this is what I've been in a battle. I've been going back and forth
Back, forth and forth.
on some dumb shit, and I don't understand why.
We don't even know what the fuck you're talking about, so.
Well, let's just jump into the topic.
shit, we don't even
I wasn't saying that as in for you to give me an answer, motherfucker, or advice.
I mean, I still want to know
In
what
other
the hell
words,
you were
stop beating
talking
around
about.
the bush and get to the fucking part.
At
So
the end of the day,
So here we go. Let's get to the fucking
the
part.
fucking part.
we got people actually saying that, like literally.
My
People-
nigga Trouble said, get to the fucking part.
The fucking part.
Well, here's the fucking part. America, today's topic is the back and forth game. The song of the week, the Face the Music song of the week, is Here We Go Again by One Hit Wonder
Pause.
Portrait.
Pause. High five.
Who?
High five again.
What I
You
did?
done spent the past 2.5 years saying Facebook song of the week. And today you said Face the Music song of the week and you did not speak.
So here's what I want to do. Just thank you, first off.
Yes, you're welcome.
But you late as fuck. I've been saying it right for like the past month.
I never caught it wrong.
Me either. You never caught it
Speak
wrong?
with
Yeah, I didn't-
conviction.
Yeah,
Yeah,
confident.
he said Facebook song of the week.
I've
several times.
said it several times. I have admitted.
I ain't never caught it.
But I've literally, and here's another word for you to say with conviction. I've said it at least 4 times in succession
In succession. Okay.
Say that happy.
correctly.
Say
In succession.
Oh, okay.
Thought you was gonna get
It's
it.
okay.
I ain't gonna lie. I
If
thought
it-
you was gonna get her
If
too.
it was
Yeah.
a whole phrase, I would have messed up.
Suffering succotash.
But once again, the topic today, the back and forth game, the Face the Music song of the week is Here We Go Again by Portrait. So here's what I'm talking about.
Here we go.
First and foremost, this whole topic was inspired by legendary comedian Coco.
That's my girl. What's going on?
Shout
Coco?
out.
Is that the lady who used to be
Coco.
on the radio?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're Facebook friends, right?
Uh-huh.
And probably about a week ago, somewhere around there, she made this Facebook post talking to men. Dear men, all that gossiping and going back and forth with women is so unattractive. It takes so much away from your character. Nah, I didn't think too much of it. I responded, and that was that. Kept it pushing. A few days later, I see another post. Woman talking about men going back and forth with women. That's little bitch energy. That's a bitch trait. That just going off on dudes about going back and forth.
Supposed to shut up and dribble.
So basically, yeah. So
Shut up and dribble.
Shut up and dribble, nigga.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. So
That pissed
then-
me off when I heard that.
another post comes up, right? Another chick that I know makes a post, not about that.
Y'all crazy as fuck.
Hey, bitches energy be like, who else wants some with Debo? Nigga, I said shut the fuck up.
That's it. And here comes the ultimate shut the fuck up moment. So, chick I know makes a post, not about the going back and forth shit, just a post. I disagreed with the premise of the post. Didn't make a comment, right? I just sent the Smokey from Friday shaking his head.
Yeah.
You know me.
Yeah.
She goes off on a whole tangent about how I'm triggered and this is beta behavior. I don't even know what the fuck that means. I'm being, I guess I'm being a little bitch. I guess is what.
Bitch nigga.
And I'm like,
Hey, that's like the new little dick ass,
Yeah.
bitch ass nigga.
Yeah.
When they call you a beta, that's the ultimate.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
But
like
my
the
whole
second
thing is-
but
Go
secondary
ahead.
male.
Go ahead.
but I'm like,
You a bitch to other real men.
yeah. But I'm like, okay, hold on.
You a boy to real men. Nigga.
But hold
You
on.
a beta.
So I'm like, make me understand some
I
shit.
suck
though.
a bitch behind. What?
I'm like, make me understand some shit though. I was like, so you say shit on social media, and I hope this shit hadn't spilled out into the real world.
Yeah.
But I was like, you say some shit on social media, you put it out there. I'm sure because you want a response.
Yeah.
Then
Right.
you get a response that you don't like,
Yeah.
and not a nigga is a bitch ass.
See, but the thing is, a lot of motherfuckers on social media say shit just to say it. They just stayed the point. They ain't looking for no response. They ain't looking for no
But my whole-
clarification.
Or they say it right because they want to get fanfare from all their yes men and women.
There you
yeah.
go.
They want
There
they,
you go.
they want
They
you to
want-
stroke their ego.
They want the little echo chamber.
I hear that, bitch. That's what I'm
yes,
talking about.
queen.
Yes, bitch.
Yes,
Yeah.
queen. They want the little echo chamber.
Niggas
I
do
never-
shit. Hey, niggas do shit like that too, though.
Oh, no doubt.
No
Oh,
doubt.
there's a bunch of
doubt.
bitch ass niggas. You a
No.
hoe ass nigga if you don't pay your girl
Surely.
mortgage and her
Surely.
card note
Yeah,
and
all
put
that
$3,000 in her pocketbook when she ain't looking and send her flowers
Except
and
for
take care of her
here's
stepkid, your
the problem.
stepkids. You
That
a bitch
just
ass nigga.
except for that just ain't how the shit work.
Yeah, but they do it just for like
So
for shits and giggles.
So this is
Yeah.
why
Or
this
the
is
flip-
why
the flip
we're
one. You be
here.
like, it's outrageous what you saying.
This is why we're here
All of it.
today.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
This is why we have the back and forth game today. And the one thing that I want to know before I go into the lyrics from the Face Music Song of the Week, do people know the difference between arguing with somebody and debating?
I would say absolutely not.
I'll say no.
Yeah.
And then
I do.
Okay, I do too, but I'm talking.
I mean,
in
I
general.
know personally.
no. I'm saying he asked, "Do people know?" I'm like, no,
No.
I don't think people
No.
know because I can disagree with you, and
Yeah.
we can actually have a
Yeah.
debate about why I feel the way I feel, and you can tell me why you feel. That's
Yeah.
a debate. But when I'm nigga, blah, and we going,
It's
Yeah,
a debate. A debate is an argument with the emotion removed. So when you're debating somebody, you just trying to prove
make
a
a point.
logical point.
yeah.
When you argue with
Yeah.
somebody,
Somebody-
it's a lot of
it's-
emotion
it's
involved.
Right, and
pointless.
then a debate is a structured, organized conversation. Right?
With 2 points.
Think about debates. It's
Right.
the
All right,
debate
so-
team, right?
Right,
So let's
right.
It's
do it this
structured.
way. then.
It's not just a bunch of flailing of the
Agreed.
of the vocab.
So
Ain't no hand clapping.
So here's the thing.
no neck rolling.
All right, let's not say debate then. Do people know the difference between an argument
And a
and a
conversation.
discussion
No.
or a dialogue?
No, because you are
And
not
or a
allowed.
debate.
Listen, but you are not in the age of social media. You are not allowed to have an opinion no more.
And that's
wait,
so
so what you
weird.
know
If
what-
your opinion goes against the general consensus of what everybody else is, you automatically the bad guy. Like,
Men, period, are
Period.
not allowed to have an
You
opinion
can't
about
at all
nothing,
about
especially
nothing.
And especially in regards to anything about women. Now we coming to that beta shit.
women
you know what
or
I'm saying?
finances or
Like,
children or you can't say shit
Well,
if it ain't
that's
about
why
if it ain't
men
about
are
nailing,
not
nailing
allowed-
hammers and building
if
shit.
if it's not cohesive to the women's agenda, right?
It-
That's
Yeah.
and that's
does
why
not- it-
that's
it's
why we're
not-
here
It
today.
is not.
Because
Accept
when
it.
I
We don't
hear
wanna hear
this, when I hear this going back and forth,
Yeah.
it's not dudes saying it to women. I mean, nowhere, never. At least I haven't seen it. Has this gripe been expressed by men towards women? It's always women saying that it's not a manly trait. So when did that become a thing?
That's the thing now.
How is it that you say something,
Yeah.
I don't agree with it, but I'm not allowed to voice my opinion or dissent on what you say?
But you know what? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I believe it's always been a thing, and it's been a thing on both sides. Because when I was coming up, you're not going to sit here and debate as a woman or a young woman with a man. Like, just don't go back and forth with him. And he shouldn't be going back and forth with you. It's like, it's agree to disagree and move on. Because you don't want to get in a heated argument with somebody, a male, and then it becomes disrespect. It's just kind of like this weird thin line.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say earlier.
Yeah.
It's a thin line between having a discussion and then it becomes an argument or a debate.
No
it becomes
doubt.
an argument, right? So that's why some people don't know the difference. I mean, when you
I
cross that
agree.
line.
I've never seen, well, in life up until recently, and by recently, like the past few years, when social media has really gotten ramped up, I've never seen it where it's considered unladylike or disrespectful for a woman to go back and forth with a dude.
Yeah.
But the minute a dude decides to go, and one, I don't even like the phrase back and forth. Is it an argument? Is it a debate? What are we talking about? If it's a debate, then we're talking about something factual. If it's an argument or a discussion, then there's probably some level of emotion attached to
So
it.
what's the at the core of it? What are we going back and forth about? Is it an opinion or is it a fact? Right. So I guess what a woman is saying is when you know a woman feels some type of a way or it's an opinion, a man wants to challenge that opinion. And that's a problem. Like that, let them have their opinion. That's what I mean. So,
Right.
And likewise with the
Right.
men. You know what I mean? If this is the
Exactly.
way I feel,
This
it may
how I
not be
feel.
for you when it comes to whatever
And
it is that we're talking about.
So at the end of the day, what he's saying, when you ask a question about the back and forth go where it's pointless. Oh,
Sure it is.
You you saying this about women, but men do such. So we going
But
back
it's
and
a lot
forth.
Of, it's a lot of times what the discussion began as turns into something else because the argument comes about these side points that are frivolous
Except
to
for
the point.
Here's the only problem with that. Most conversations, wherever they're held, most of the time, the conversations are about things that are matters of opinion. Yeah. Just about nobody. None of us are really qualified.
It's a difference of opinion.
Yeah.
When you disagree,
At which point in time,
arguments
we should
come-
be able to have a dialogue, even though.
And arguments come when people can't just come to the
Respect
fact of
somebody else's opinion.
or just saying that we agree to
Agree to
disagree,
disagree.
like you said earlier.
Look, I had a situation like that the other night, right? Me and my girl, we was she got in the car, right? The conversation of the whole this Dwayne Wade daughter son thing came up. We had a difference of opinion on it. It got to a point where I felt the conversation was heated, and so what I did was I just removed myself from the conversation. I said, "Listen, you know what? Let's just change the subject
Because this shit ain't
we're
got
not
nothing to do with us.
And I'm not gonna beef with you about it. We're gonna have a difference of opinion. You made good points in the conversation. I feel I made good points in the conversation. Let's just agree to disagree because nothing you're gonna say is gonna convince me to think the way you think,
Right.
and nothing I'm gonna say is gonna convince you to
That
think
right
the way
there
I
is
think.
the
So
biggest issue.
I just got the fuck up out of there. I pulled out.
But that's what I think is the biggest issue.
How was that?
no
And
bigger
then there's
person.
another
Well,
type of
no,
situation
no,
where y'all saying
the-
the same thing, right?
here's-
And it's like, so
Yes.
how about this? Like, because I went through something with my son's mom way back when, in the day, right? Where I told her like this: listen, what we're basically doing is standing across from each other, and it is a fucking M drawn on the ground, and I'm telling you that this is an M, and you telling me that this is a W, and it's just the angle that we, you know what I mean? If you came around and came on my side and seen it from where I'm looking at it at, you would see that it's
Yep.
so we're both correct from our own angle, basically
Right.
from our side.
Exactly.
Here's
So
the
we're
crazy
saying
part.
this, and then we're arguing about this is an M, this is a nose. It's like,
But
this
here's
It's
the thing
pointless.
that really, okay, and I don't. Sometimes just having a discussion to get somebody else's perspective. This is the problem that I'm having with the whole shit because I don't have to change your mind. I might not be trying to change your mind.
never the goal, really.
But you
Right.
can. But
It's
somehow,
about-
if there's not this push or
try to
pull,
gain an understanding.
right?
Exactly.
Will.
But nowadays, if there's this push or pull where if you not coming to my side or I'm not coming to yours, then there's beef.
Yeah, yeah.
That shit is
You almost said it.
That shit is ridiculous.
Okay.
Remember how they used to say that's redundant.
We're gonna go
That's
into the comments.
redundant.
We got any comments on the Facebook. I'm over here on the YouTube.
Once, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well,
you had
what up, though,
Charles
to Legacy Flavors,
Barroom
Mr.
Dre's,
Moral,
Moral Support.
right? Brandy. Joe Cheney said, "What's up, guys?" Moral
Didn't we
Support
have a
said,
nickname for Brandy? Trouble. What was that?
Brandy,
Something about the
Booty,
booty.
Black
hole.
door.
like backdoor brandy. There we
Backdoor
go.
Brandy. Backdoor
She
Brandy.
said some
Hey,
booty hole
Brandy.
shit one time.
Yeah, I'm like some booty.
Something about some booty holes, some anal.
"Oh my God."
secretions.
So Mr. Moral Support said, "I just went through this labeled as childish or not a man."
Yeah. That shit.
But that's the
Just for
thing, though.
speaking your
Anytime
opinion,
a
just
nigga
speaking
try
your
to stay
opinion,
his
man.
point, anytime a nigga try to, they demean your character as a man. And I think women,
and
women,
that's
and that's,
crazy.
but you know what? And I hate to make it a racial thing, but
Oh man, yes, come on with it. Play
it's
it. Go ahead
only
and play
black
the card.
women that do that because I'm not gonna lie. I've had situations where I've lived in 9.
Now they're gonna say,
8 or
them
9
white bitches is
Listen,
docile.
I'm not even just talking about just them. I've been
Yeah,
around a lot of Spanish people too.
I'm just
I lived
saying.
in 9 states since I'm only 32. I moved from Detroit when I was 17. I lived in 9 states since then. I've been around Haitians. I've been around Jamaicans. I've been around Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, fucking Africans, white people, black people. And I've noticed that it's only in our race where the woman really challenges the opinion of a man. In other races, they'll acknowledge it. Even I understand what you're saying, but even if they disagree, it's not to say that they'll completely just throw that nigga shit away. Yeah, I understand.
We won't say that they won't challenge
but
it.
listen,
We'll say that they
that's what I'm
won't
saying.
dismiss it.
You'll make a point, right? And they're like, yeah, I feel what you're saying, but still, you know what I mean? And it'll just be a regular conversation. It's not necessarily
Yeah, so it's not
an
that they
argument.
won't, it's
or
not that they won't
Because they
challenge
see-
it. It's
not-
they
yeah.
won't dismiss it.
But
I-
when you state your point to a black woman, it's like she get up on her she got to go on her soapbox like, nah, nigga, you a bitch ass nigga, and you probably like whoop de whoop de whoop and whoop whoop.
And you know what? I'm gonna tell
was
you.
like,
I feel
damn.
like it's on both sides. We feel like we're in competition with each
And
other.
that's a
And
nigga
who-
thing,
and
not
who-
man or woman. That's just a black person
Right.
thing.
And I'm like, why do we have to be in competition with one another?
Because
Like, it's-
that's how we was brought from that
right.
slavery.
Along that lines, let me ask this question. Get this question. in
Strong
there.
survive.
So with this effort, and this is how I word it. With this effort, and we'll say you say that it is predominantly black women.
It's a black thing.
I don't know that to be true, but
I'm speaking from experience.
okay, and so am I. I don't necessarily know that this is something that's specifically relegated to just black women.
And I'm not shooting no shots. That's
No doubt. But
I want to disclaim that.
I
love my black women.
I've seen this from a numerous amount of women, and it's done differently, but the effect is the same.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there.
You won't never hear shit out of a Chinese woman. Though. Not a peep.
I know a couple. I know a couple spicy ass Korean women.
They American, Chinese American.
But in an effort to figuratively be heard,
Stupid.
have women reached a
I
conclusion
got a
that the last
story
word
about that.
in any
That's fine.
conversation belongs to them?
Huh?
Do you have conversation?
I said, in an effort to be heard figuratively, because that's always a big thing with women. They a lot of women feel like they're not being heard. So, in an effort to be heard, do a lot of women feel that the last word in any conversation has to be theirs?
You know what's crazy? I was gonna speak to that from the first point, and I was gonna say that for so long, women. Let me just speak to black women, because that's what I know more than anything. Haven't had the platform to voice their opinions. So back in the days when it was just wife stay home, take care of the kids in the house, and shut the fuck
shut
up,
the fuck up.
stay pregnant and barefoot, and daddy go to work and come home and he got side families and mistresses, you had to just deal with it. For so long, they didn't have a voice. But now that they actually have a voice, they have that equality that they was fighting for, I feel like they have the platform and just use it the wrong way.
They use it the wrong. And
They
I
use
was
it the wrong way.
And it's so funny that you said that, because as a woman, I feel like that's true.
Yeah, because it's just all
it's
fucking
like,
nigga nah.
It's like, and then even now, as a woman, because sometimes even on the show,
Yeah.
once we get to going, y'all be so raw, and I'm trying to, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, well, I'll just sit here. Because
Yeah.
y'all
Because
not
we don't
listening.
have. We
Hell
don't,
no, you gotta jump in that bitch and throw a punch.
but
Nigga, bow, nigga,
what
me
it
too.
is, what it is like we feel like is we have this outpouring like that because this is our chance to voice without any interjection, without any kind of rebuttal. And that's not saying rebuttal as if we don't want to hear what you had to say, but we don't get to get a whole point out when we're actually in the moment of a discussion with a woman
In our own private
in our own-
spaces.
yeah, well, we
Yeah.
don't,
In our own spaces.
I wanted to ask a question to that. Now, I want you to sort of kind of expound on, do you feel that nowadays, after all of the time of feeling like you weren't being heard or feeling like you didn't have a voice, do you think that women nowadays feel because they now do have that voice and they are exercising that motherfucker, like, damn it, here go the last word. I don't want to hear shit else after that. Do you feel that that's how a lot of women are nowadays?
I would hate to say a lot of women. I'm just gonna say for those who
Had
have
that feeling.
this mindset that is my world and you're living in my world. I'm not living in yours. And you have people out here that just think like that. You know what I'm saying? And
It's
in
my way
general,
or no way.
You know what I'm saying? I meant all, you know, it's not, and that is not even gender specific, but because now women can voice their opinion, and we've always been very verbal people. So imagine you're a verbal person anyway, but you've been kept quiet.
Or ignored.
Or ignored. When you first...
And it's like,
you be out here like bust around.
Now that y'all listening,
And then
now that y'all got y'all attention, fuck all you niggas.
Right.
So here's a question that I want to ask on the flip
Fuck
side.
all you niggas. Money make me come.
So with that said,
They go crazy.
now
That's why I understand it though.
now that women do have this voice and they using that bitch to the utmost.
Yeah.
Do you all feel like this is a pendulum that done swung way to the fucking left?
You know what? I think it. You know, but this is the thing. With everything that goes up,
It
has
has
to come
to
back
come
down.
down. 'Cause-
So as
yeah.
men, we got to be a little more understanding to them, and that's the reason why I withdrew myself from that conversation with my lady, because I was like, look, bitch, I'm not finna argue with you.
What
This
way to
ain't-
withdraw yourself?
I ain't got nothing to do with that nigga weird ass son, daughter, whatever. We not finna beef about this tonight. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And-
And she was she still felt the way about it. Even
with
after I
being-
was like, I just don't want to talk about it no more. She still felt the way. But as men, we got to be a lot more understanding to the perspective of, like I said, women have not had that platform for so long. I get it, because I know, like, I've seen older people when it's just like the man could get a woman that look and okay, whatever, Stanley, and okay, all right, Melvin, and then she go back to the kitchen, go cooking. She be mad as a motherfucker, chopping up vegetables, and
Oh, yeah. I
she
swear to
mad as a
God.
bitch. Like,
I swear to God.
So
but
I'm
I'm so
I'm
sick
gonna-
of this
when
nigga,
you say
but she won't say nothing.
It's our job to understand the woman. It's not only understanding the point that she's trying to make, but understanding the woman that she is and how
Understanding their perspective, the position they coming from. It's just like how
Yeah.
black people, now that for so long we had to be quiet, and now that we got the position of where financially we have that, you know, the
We now
pendulum
have
has swung, like the
platforms,
scale is
yeah.
balancing out. Now we like, yeah, fuck y'all, we can say what we want to now. We
Right.
like that towards other motherfuckers.
right.
So,
So
yeah.
we got to kind of understand to a degree or level of, with the women, because for a long time,
Like they're at the bottom
even when the
of
pendulum, when the pendulum swung for us with blacks and other people,
we still had to shut
the women still kind of had shut the fuck up.
it's
It's like, no, they was like, we good. Like, no, nigga, we good. Y'all still shut the fuck up.
right.
So
if-
now that they getting there, but I just, like I said, I feel like with that platform, now that people are paying attention, they've taken that moment and they turned it into fuck a nigga, shut the fuck up, fuck y'all niggas. Woo, woo,
It's
woo.
a battle
I'm gonna
against
tell-
each other.
Yeah,
internally
they turn a
and
battle
shit.
with the sexes.
Yeah.
They turn
is.
into a battle
It
with the
is.
sexes.
And,
Yeah.
and the crazy part about it is that with that, you gotta understand it's some hurt there too.
It's
Because
trauma.
It's
Absolutely.
trauma.
Absolutely.
Because for many years,
Absolutely.
our black men have had platforms and they've called us bitches, hoes, and all types of
Man.
shit. So I don't agree with it.
But
I don't-
women did too. Like, yeah, we
Right.
hoes. Yeah,
Right,
we
right,
bitches.
right. I don't agree. Right. Just feel right.
Trinas
in.
and Little
Right.
Kims and
But see, that goes to show the minds, you know.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
Foxy Brown.
it's a balance. But what you were talking about, as far as what goes up comes down.
Come down, yeah.
I had to learn that because
Yeah.
I grew up in a household. My mother was very dominant, so I learned.
I got a mom like that too.
Right, I learned certain traits that I had to unlearn.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember my ex-fiance, God rest his soul, when he used to piss me off.
Yeah.
That's what I was. You said that old lady. I would go in the kitchen. I ain't never wiped off so many clean counters before
Chopping
in my
like a
life.
motherfucker.
Right,
You're
just
like,
you
like
know
Chef
what I'm
Gordon
saying?
Ramsay.
Here's
Right.
one thing
But you
I like to
learn
say
how
about
to
the
not use
Engage.
your words.
Don't engage.
And you just
Here's something about the pendulum, though. I don't have a problem with the synopsis.
Yeah.
Except, well, no, I don't have a problem with the synopsis. What I would say about it is this, though. If you were or felt in any form or fashion suppressed,
Right.
or felt like your voice was taken from you or wasn't granted in some form or fashion, when that pendulum does swing, why would you attempt to treat the person on the bottom of the pendulum the way that you got treated when you were
Hurt
on the
people,
bottom
hurt people.
of
Yeah.
the pendulum?
I
Man,
mean-
that's great.
I mean,
That you
at the
said
end of the day,
I get it.
And
I get
it
it.
requires a higher level of understanding and maturity. I've
A
been blessed
lot of
enough to
people-
look. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been here before, probably about 3 times. So even in my earlier age, I understood that. So I always knew how to disengage from situations like that. I'm like, it's no W there for me. And even
It's
if I
not.
do win there, it's like
What do
it's
I
just
win?
like
What
it's
do
just
you
like,
win?
like
Wasn't worth the
so
battle
look, so
and
look,
shit.
so look,
It
like the Jake Paul fight, right? The nigga fought a boxer.
you know
For the
what?
boxer, it's like I won, but it's really like, what
What
do
the
I
fuck?
win there? Because I beat a regular nigga that's just walking down the street. Like he's
Right.
not nobody. But
Right.
so it's like that in the
That's
conversation.
a good example. And I'm
I
gonna tell you,
understood that shit.
I'm gonna tell you
a long
but-
time ago.
No, but about say specific. No, the Jake Paul.
Yeah.
The boxer beat the brakes off of him, right?
he did. But he-
Okay. And everybody's like, oh, but it's just Jake Paul. But you know what? Nah, everybody wasn't like, oh, it's just Jake Paul.
'Cause
But
if
you know,
the role would've been reversed.
Everybody fucking hates
Yeah.
Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Because Jake Paul is who Jake Paul is. My point is this. When the pendulum swings and when it was Jake Paul and he beat a couple of motherfuckers, he was loud.
up there, yeah.
Loud as fuck. Right? That's the reason that people hate him. So
Yeah.
when he finally does take that L,
Yeah.
ain't nobody feeling sorry for Jake Paul
because
today.
but it's because it's the same point that I made is that when he had the platform, he abused it.
That's what I'm talking
And
about.
but a lot of women are doing that, but they don't understand they're doing that because there's no leadership, there's no guidance, there's no big mama, there's no big auntie. I just talked to my I'm gonna call him my stepson. I've been around him since he was 2. He's 7 now, and he asked me today. He was like, you know how old my grandma is? And I'm like 50. He was like 90. I was like, damn. I said that must be your great grandma. He was like, yeah. And it made me think. I was like, that doesn't exist anymore. Like that leadership, that great grandma that would sit you down, come here, girl, let me talk to you, and put you in your place. Because if women don't accept criticism from other women, they won't accept it from men. Like I could tell you doing everything wrong, and they're gonna argue every point I made.
And
I only doing that because
A woman
but-
will say the same
but-
thing and then they'll take heed to it.
Exactly, but it's the same way with men.
I was just about to
Same
say
way
that
with men.
because I've like
Hey, your dog could-
lovingly told the guys tell guys
And he like, man,
he
shut,
like,
but
man,
but
blah, blah, blah.
because he
And
always got
then
a but.
somebody else say it.
And then, you know what's
yeah,
crazy? I
like-
was taught about old head when I was younger. Anything after but is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. But from a homie, like for instance, you could tell me something, and I might not respect it the same way as so coming and be like, listen, you fucking up. Like da 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 da. And you gonna kind of take it like, damn,
And I
you're
had
right.
to tell this motherfucker that he was fucking up on several occasions.
I done told that nigga too, but
And then-
it's the
it's
same
funny.
thing.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like you will
Yeah.
accept it because you feel like the bias is kind of taken out of it.
Right.
Like if
like
you
you
saying
feel like
it,
I'm just looking
it's gotta
at
have
you.
some
Right.
truth to it.
Like I'm trying to look at you, look
Facts.
down on you.
Facts.
And then
Nah. Yeah, I'm just laughing.
Yeah,
What-
man.
what?
But that's that opposition thing. That's that battle of the sexes. It's like if your op tell you like, yeah, nigga, you holding that gun wrong, you gonna be like, shut up, bitch, pow pow, and shoot it that way.
shoot that
But if the
motherfucker
nigga on your
sideways and
team
shit.
like, nigga, no, don't do it like that. Do it like that. You might be like, all right. So it's
Right.
kind of like that, but it's a level of maturity. It's a level of understanding.
Because
It's a level of humbleness. It's a
Yeah.
level of respect. Like
Respect.
you know what I mean.
I was about to say because I do
Respect.
have some. I got little cousins, man.
Yeah.
If I sit them down and have a conversation,
They'll
all
listen to you.
ears. You know what I'm
'Cause
saying?
they respect you.
But other
They
people,
value
you
your
be like-
opinion.
they just be looking at me. I'm
Some
like,
motherfuckers that feel like they figured out and got it all understood, they don't want to hear nothing. They like, nigga, I know what the fuck I'm supposed to. Shut up, auntie.
right. Stop talking to me.
Get the fuck on.
Now, Mr. Moral Support jumped in and said women feel like they have to overtalk or outtalk a man in competition again. And
Outpoint
sometimes
the motherfucker as opposed to talking about solving the core of whatever the issue is that we started debating or having a conversation in the first place.
yeah.
Now it's become, oh, but you did this last. Remember when you did? It's like that ain't got nothing to do with what we're talking about
Yeah.
right now. And now
And I'm
this
not gonna
becomes a
lie to you.
debate about bullshit and
And
ain't got nothing to
truly,
do with
whomever
solving
it
the
may
problem.
be. Now, this is one thing I can say definitely isn't gender specific. The one thing that I cannot stand when having a discussion with somebody, if we're having a general discussion and then you take something personal and try to make that the rule, motherfucker, that's what happened to you.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean this is
Try to make it law. It's not law.
That's not the general
Not
issue.
law.
And that comes from
That's
trauma.
unique, and that's
and
exactly-
hurt
Unique to
people.
you and your situation and
It's
whoever
unique
the fuck
to you and
Hurt people
Look, let me-
respond a certain way, and we become triggered. And when I
Yeah.
say we, because we all have been hurt and had some trauma
But
in our life.
but that's when motherfuckers who've been through traumatic experiences, they try to give it all to the next nigga. That's why they told you was triggered, because she's triggered.
The call-in line
she's
is open.
triggered
If
by it,
y'all
but
didn't-
she gonna give
if
it to
y'all
you.
didn't see the number, the call-in line is open, folks.
Let me give it to Janice Daniels on Facebook. She been commenting like a motherfucker. I'm gonna just give her a couple of them. She said, once a woman has their mind made up, see, it's not going to go your way, period. She said, I agree, it's a black thing. Yes, we have to have the last word. She was speaking to the woman point that you made. And then she said, some women feel it's a sign of controlling. So I guess that was the point of.
They don't want to
They're
be
not
controlled.
going to be controlled.
They're
So
not gonna
they
be
going
controlled.
And then she said, be seen, not heard. My mama used to say that
But
shit
see,
all
yeah.
the time. And I used to hate when she said that shit. You need to be seen, not heard. I'm like, that's some slave nigga. That's some master shit that you
But
just
see,
said
when
to me.
okay,
Like,
so remember y'all was saying they don't tell women that. I grew up with that's the rule for a
that
woman.
was the rule of
I
thum.
heard that.
That was the
I
rule
heard
of
that
thumb
was
for
a rule
children.
for kids.
No,
That
no,
was
no.
for kids.
No, but
I've
even
never
no,
heard
but
that
even
as a rule for women.
no, even for women. You know what I'm saying?
He had a
Just
whoop, he had a
be
whooping
seen-
post. Yeah, that
just,
nigga.
just be seen and not heard. All of that. You know, as a woman, it's unladylike to walk. You know.
I'm just,
But as men,
I mean,
it was-
like, you
crazy.
heard that for women?
Yeah, and the
Okay.
crazy because they say it's unladylike for a woman to voice her opinion, especially in a passionate way.
I agree
it's
100%. 100%.
Unladylike.
100%.
Just like for a woman to say, that's why I said
You
I
say it
kinda,
is unladylike? You agree?
That's how it used to be.
oh.
yeah. That's how,
But look, like I said, as a woman, when the man said his point, it was for you at that point in time back then to just shut the fuck up, agree. Even if you disagree, shut the fuck up, go do what the fuck you're supposed to. So now we in an era where some of those women have kind of passed on some of those understand or those rules, but not necessarily
I think
in
that
a
it
way
is-
where it
I think the transition for
translates.
that-
Yeah, it does
I-
not translate
I
good.
think the transition. I think the
It doesn't.
transition on that was purposeful. I think that even perhaps in private, there were some lessons being taught, like don't you let this motherfucker silence you, and it is something that grew because this.
But
is
it was
not something-
it was also the women like, look, he's the breadwinner, like all the Medea movies.
True.
Look, he getting money, girl. I know
that
he whipping
point-
your ass, but you should shut
No,
the fuck
to
up
that-
and just
Right.
deal
to
with
that
it.
point, I think
you still have people teaching that.
Yeah,
They
no
teaching
doubt.
them like,
Day.
No
hey,
doubt.
hey,
That's
hey,
crazy.
she
But I
went to her
also
mama. She
believe-
said he beat me up. She said, well, what'd you do to make him mad?
Sure.
Right.
I
That's
also
where they
believe-
come
from.
and I also
Mentality.
believe
That's where they
that
come
there
from.
has been some level of don't you let this motherfucker run you over. And prior to now, back then, it was a much more subtle way to see to it that you didn't get ran over. Now is
Yep.
fuck that nigga.
Fuck that, because
Yeah.
the money is different. It's like, nigga, I don't need you no more.
You can't
Back
control
then,
me
I was
now.
making a nickel per hour, nigga. You was getting $1.25, nigga. Now I'm getting $2.50.
Right.
And you get, it's like
50 cents.
Yeah, it don't.
And you know what? So
It's
my
a
people in the
financial-based thing, man. They don't
my
need
people
niggas
in the
no more.
chat,
That's what they think anyway.
in the chat, they're agreeing with what's being said. Brandy says that is a quote for women. The children
no Brandy.
didn't have either option in my family, and she said, yeah, that was where
Big
the
booty
trophy
hole.
wife starts. I think she said was talking about your point, and then Mr. Moral Support said, yeah, it was a rule for women because you
It
could,
was.
you could not you
couldn't
couldn't be
speak-
going
you
back.
couldn't have an
You
opinion.
couldn't go back and forth with a man. So I think what
We all seen The Color Purple.
transition, right?
He knocked
now,
her ass into
when you
yesteryear.
have a men going back and forth with women now, like a woman
looked
make
as
an
a
opinion.
female
So
trait.
now they like, oh, so it just kind of switch. It's like
But-
the same
but see,
rule, but
this-
now it's like, what the hell?
This is the thing. Women don't understand that. See, back in the day, like you said, when you have a difference of opinion as a woman, you just kind of had to shut up. So there was no debating with the man. It was just like, when you disagree with me, my way or the highway, shut the fuck up. Now that you have a you can voice your opinion. Now, back then, the man didn't have to deal with the woman voicing her opinion. He said what
he
he
wasn't gonna go back
said.
and forth
He
with
felt how he felt, and she shut the fuck up. But now that she's now rebuttaling what said,
she's what?
and then he like, oh shit, hold on. And then he rebuttaling what the fuck she said.
said it again.
Now it's like
Rebuttaling.
rebuttaling. You know,
Rebuttaling.
I did sales. I've been in sales for 15 years now. I know what a rebuttal. But
Well, you don't rebuttal shit. You rebut it, but that's
rebut,
neither-
same thing. We call it rebuttals. REBUTTAL.
That's a nigga word right there. Rebuttal.
That's a sales thing.
Rebuttaling.
Hey, we got a
rebuttaling
sales
is
thing.
Definitely a nigga word.
Hey, nigga, hey, we teach
Rebuttaling.
niggas. We teach niggas. No is the beginning of a conversation. So when they say no, what's up?
Right.
But anyway,
That is so funny. 'cause
yeah,
it's
that's
true.
the sales thing.
It's
I'm
true.
cold with that shit too.
It's true.
But anyway, so back then men didn't have to deal with women
Way back
rebuttaling.
and
They
forth.
would just submit. They would shut up. So now that women are at that position and where they like, no, nigga, I'm gonna say what the fuck how I feel, nigga. Like, I don't agree with that shit.
And you ain't supposed to be
And
going
you
back
say
and forth with
something
me.
back, it's almost like the women expect niggas to just like, nigga, you shut up, nigga. Like, it's like after so it's kind of
Yeah.
like, I don't think it's a female trait though for a man to disagree. There
I don't
is
think-
a
I don't
level,
think so
but there
either.
is a discretion you have to carry when you have those kind of conversations with a woman, because after a certain point, when it get to the point of, bitch, what, bitch, I smack, fucker, what? Nah, you female like. Now you got titties on.
It's definitely
You got titties on now. It's certain levels you can't take it past.
A decorum to it.
Yeah.
But we're at a stage, at least this is what it appears to me. We're at a stage that I see women out here Nene leaks in your ass before your ass could even say shit.
Yeah.
I said what I said. Okay,
Yeah.
well, this is what
No,
I
they
don't
got
give a
this.
fuck what you
This
talk-
is the period movement.
Period.
Like,
Yeah.
that's period.
Well,
nigga.
see,
Like,
except
that's
for
the
no,
end.
it's a comma because
Yeah.
here's what I have to say.
No, but for them it's a period. For us, it's
Yeah.
what the fuck? I don't get the chance to.
Which is
And a-
crazy
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
in the craziest part about it, one of the biggest gripes that women have about men is the fact that they don't communicate.
Yeah.
So
Hey, you know what's so crazy? Let me speak to that real quick, and I hate to cut you off.
No,
I
you
hate
don't.
this, right? So look,
Right.
I'm
maybe-
sorry. I apologize. It's been a while.
Make a point.
No matter what
Real
we
quick.
do, they got a problem with it.
Real quick, I had an ex, right? I had a few of them. They gripe with me used to always be, you don't express yourself. You always holding everything back. Hey, you know, I'm not the kind of person where my emotions on my sleeve, but when something bother me and it get real heavy, over time you can see like, man, that nigga, he quiet, he off to himself. He, something wrong with him.
Something going on.
They ask me, I'm good. And they used to always say, your problem, you don't express yourself. You don't share your emotions. You don't this, you don't that. You don't allow me to engage with you, and you don't share that side of me. You always hard and you tough. And the minute you do it, you a bitch ass nigga. You always emotional. You always want to, because this will happen.
You're triggered.
This will happen. That's just how I was raised. He know my mom. I was raised. Emotion was a sign of weakness.
And
You
I
don't
was
do that with a
and
woman.
It's weird.
You don't do that with a woman.
And I was raised like that.
Man,
too.
you don't show no woman no emotion. You might go talk to your homies like,
Not
yeah,
about this
nigga,
shit.
I'm going through whoop whoop. You know what I'm saying? So I tried it. You know, every woman
And
I
then
ever
you gay
dealt
for
with,
that.
every woman I ever dealt with
because
complained about
gonna
it.
call you a bitch ass nigga just being
No,
funny.
but
Y'all silly
yeah,
in the
what,
chat.
your
Y'all
little
silly.
niggas, little niggas gonna be like, yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Older niggas gonna be like, man, look, bro, it's like this, whoop whoop. This is how you gotta handle it. When I tried it, right? I tried it with my son's mom, and she was just like, I mean, you just be like, you know, da 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 da, whoop whoop. Like she looked at it as because so many women had told me that it was a flaw of mine. I'm the kind of person I always want to improve. I want to be the best version of myself. So I was like, let me try something different because them other relationships didn't work out. And they said that
voice
I
your
was,
opinion,
and they
nah.
said they said it was because I was emotionally unavailable. I wasn't talking to him about shit. I just handle it as a man. I'm just I got it. You know, ooh, I figured it out. So when I started talking, it was like now it's a slight. It's like
And the
oh,
crazy
damn,
part about
damned
it-
if you do, damned if you don't.
But I'm
Which
gonna tell
is the
you
main reason why men
now I'm ready to knuckle up.
Don't
What's up, bitch?
communicate.
But I'm gonna
What
tell
the
you,
fuck?
this is so it's a double-edged sword, right? Y'all been taught not to communicate.
We got
so,
some stars.
So once you
Shout out Janice.
right, once
For
you
them
get
stars.
once you taught not to communicate, now it's like you can't get nothing
Yeah,
out of you.
yeah.
So then women become used to men not communicating.
Yeah.
So then it's like a freaking culture shock when you have a man who do communicate. So now it's like, what the fuck?
Well,
Yeah.
why if that's something that you were actually looking for, why
But
respond
you never know,
negatively?
you never know what you want until you get it.
I
Period.
never do that shit again.
Except for
I tell you
Period.
that.
here's
A lot
the
of times
thing.
we don't know what we want
Yeah.
until we get it,
I think
or,
that
or what we
sometimes-
don't want.
I think that
You know what I'm
sometimes
saying?
people do know what they want.
That's
And
the
one
puppy-
thing
hey,
that
that's
they
the puppy
want
effect.
is the yes man. They
Yeah.
want the echo
the puppy.
chamber, and that's just not a
Everybody
healthy
don't.
way.
Everybody don't want that.
No, not everyone. But we're talking. This isn't relegated to all women. But for those who subscribe to this notion, they don't want the dialogue. They
I'm not
want
gonna
the echo
say.
chamber.
I'm not even gonna say they don't want the dialogue. This is what I need you to understand, and this is what I'm trying to say. When you get placed in a situation that's outside of your norm or your comfort zone, you're going to reject it most of the time. I don't care who you are. You're gonna reject it. Just like people who don't usually receive. I mean, I don't know why you're so confused. Let me break
I'm
it
not
down.
confused. I just
So-
don't know if I don't. I get
okay,
what you're
so-
saying. I just don't know if I agree with it. But
Okay, so let's break it down in a whole nother aspect. You know people that have not been loved right or don't know how to receive love. When they get love, what do they usually do? Okay.
Yeah, it's. I mean, that's the toss up. But I get where you're going with it. They may reject it.
Yeah, because it's outside of what they're normally
They're
used
not
to.
used to the
They're
love,
not used
so
to
the concept is foreign to them.
Yeah, and it kind of be like, well, what the hell is this? So when he did go from being so hard to, okay, let me open up some more, she didn't know what the hell to do with it.
Yeah.
And not giving her excuse for being an asshole. I'm just saying that's the reason why. You asking questions, I'm trying to give a answer of why.
Yeah.
I get the why, and I understand the why. I can only speak for myself in this regard. If I say that, using the example that you give, if I say that I want this love and I want this communication, there's a reason for it. It's not some, Bigfoot or fairy tale. This is something that I have come to realize. This is something that I've come to realize that I need in my life. However, I've arrived at that point. So I would know it when I see it, or at least if I receive it, I'm not going to push it away. Now, I wouldn't respond to it negatively. I'll put it that way.
Let me tell you.
And maybe that's just me.
Right, and I get it. That it's not just you. Everybody deal with stuff differently. But on her defense, I will say this: he said he tried it with her. She wasn't the one asking him for that, right?
To a degree, it was
Right.
it was
So
it was more the same. Like I'm not the kind of person where if I ever feel like I'm a burden on you, I just get the fuck away from. Like I don't want to be a burden on people.
Right.
So personal shit I deal with on my own.
You deal with on your own.
You just won't hear from me.
But my whole point
I'm
was
quiet
you tried
when I'm-
something new with a new woman.
Yeah,
It wasn't the women
yeah.
who were asking you.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
don't know if
Yeah.
that was something she wanted.
Yeah,
So we're
yeah,
making her a villain.
No, she
And we don't-
is.
I mean,
For
I'm
sure.
not saying she's not, but I'm just saying on this particular
because at
like,
the same time, on the flip side of that token, if I was to just emotionally remove myself from the situation 100%, she gonna swear I'm cheating, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm out here, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Entertaining
'cause
this,
you move-
entertaining that.
that's 'cause you
speaking
moving
to
different.
another-
But I'm
Yeah.
saying if I just emotionally remove myself completely from the situation like I usually do and conduct myself how I usually do, obviously bitches think, oh, you're a great guy, you da da da, you know what I'm saying? But when I emotionally remove myself from a situation, when I'm going through shit, like I said, I isolate myself. I'm the kind of person where I like to handle my own shit. So when I'm going through something, I isolate myself. And I'm in my own mind, I'm trying to figure out
Me too,
solutions.
yeah.
And then I create
And
a
then-
solution, I figure it out, I get it done. Then
Then
after
I
I
can
get
talk
that
to
shit,
you.
then we can be cool. We
Right.
can kick it. We can skate and all that
Mm-hmm.
shit. But prior to that, nigga, I don't want to skate with you. I don't want to kick it with you. I don't want, I don't want none of
But
that.
my dude, he even knows. Like
Yeah.
once I go into that zone, he be looking like, "Well,
Yeah.
what's wrong?" And I'm like, "I don't even
I don't
know
need no
how
problem
to,
solver, nigga.
Right.
Get the fuck
I don't
on.
even no. it
Leave me
ain't even
alone
like
for a little
that.
while.
But I don't even know
Give
how
me
to
some space.
express myself right now because I'm trying to really sort it out in my head. So
Yeah.
I need a minute.
Yeah.
So I
But-
get that.
But a lot of women, that's a slight to a lot of men is that they do not connect on an emotional level, and I never felt that was necessary. I never felt that was necessary. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the I don't even kick it with my mama like that. It's like, nigga, I don't even talk to her about my shit. You know, I deal with my shit. So when women constantly was, you know, through my personal situation, when women was constantly complaining like, oh, you don't talk about it, you just do, you kind of built this wall, and so I was like, all right, let me try it. You know, let me try it. You know, let me not be Will Smith. Let me be Carlton in this time.
Not why Carlton?
It didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, what the fuck am I? So it's a lose situation. You know, for me.
Well,
It's
I
not
don't
fair.
really think it's a
not
lose-lose.
fair.
I really think once, and I feel this across the board, once you find your person, it's easy to be whoever the hell you are.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's so much easier to be than trying to, okay, I got to say this like this. I
Yeah,
gotta
force
talk
somebody
like
to fit somebody else's
right.
setup.
Somebody, when you're speaking on a level of relationship with someone that this person is for you and y'all finna walk them dogs together, that's one thing. In general, I'm talking about daily operations, daily interaction.
Yeah.
And it's on that note that people not knowing how to communicate in general.
Right, in general.
This has become a problem of epidemic proportion.
Across the
And
board.
it
yeah.
is saddening to me that the divide just so happens to coincide mostly along gender lines.
And I'm going to tell you what's
I'm
That's
telling
a
you, it's a
big
racial
issue.
thing. It's not
Yeah,
even a
but-
gender
I
thing.
thought you was gonna say racial because it ain't.
It's not gender based. It's racial based. I'm telling you.
Well,
From my experience with outside races,
my experience with
it's
outside,
a racial thing.
My experience with other races.
Did you
things go
watch
on-
the?
Hold on, these things go on. The only difference between white men, white women having these issues, and say us having these issues, we had these issues out in the streets.
Broadcasted.
They
Yeah.
have these issues behind.
I'm not
closed
even
doors.
speaking to
Trust me.
regular. I'm not even speaking to regular to the people of the caucus because
This nigga said the
So-
caucus.
I can't stand it.
because they are really listen. Their men are really submissive.
Envelopians.
Yeah, their men are really submissive. So I'm not
They
speaking
did
just
kinda like
they kind of
easy
they got
breezy,
they got
yeah.
enlarged clitoris, but
You know what?
This motherfucker.
anyway.
Because why?
I'm saying, look, to the situation of it's a racial thing because and our particular people, it's kind of a battle of like dominance. It's more like who's got to be in, like you said, it's a
definitely an
race.
issue.
Somebody's in first, somebody's in second. Second place is the first loser. It's kind of like it's a battle of
It's a
races.
battle.
There is definitely
It's not because
issue
it's a
of
cultural
competition.
thing. It's a
It
cultural
definitely,
thing.
it definitely is.
It's not a gender thing. It's a cultural thing.
And I think our main problem across the board is that so many of us are emotionally immature.
Absolutely.
And if we can capture that on an individual level,
Absolutely.
I had to do it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of argument, I don't even get in. I'll debate with you, but I don't. All right. And that.
But
It's a lot of that I don't do. But
so many people don't want to accept criticism and accept that they not fucking perfect and that you got work to do.
But
I'm the exact opposite. I want to know everything I'm doing wrong so that I can fix it. I want to be the greatest version of myself. The average motherfucker is like, I'm not wrong. You wrong for disagreeing with me.
But at the
And
end of
that's
the day,
where it's coming from.
when you can't take a look within yourself, you individually,
Yeah.
like Michael just said, look in the mirror, take
Yeah.
a look within yourself. It's easier to fix yourself. But when you
Than
need
somebody else.
somebody else to validate you
Yeah.
and tell you, oh yeah, you the shit. You
Nah,
always wear
that's
this. You
two
always
different problems.
Yes, bitch.
Right.
That's two
But-
different
Yes,
problems.
bitch. You
a lot of
killing
these
that.
people are dealing with all these problems bottled up in one, and
doubt.
come out and spew out in
Yes.
bitterness, and
Yes.
that's what you hear all across social media. I hear it from men, I hear it from women. I'm like, these people have serious issues, and it's not me like judging them. Like I think they're horrible people. You need some straight
They gotta
healing.
do some
Yeah,
work.
you need some work.
I gotta do some work.
We
And
all
that's-
need to do it.
Everybody got to search in themselves
Yeah.
and deal with themselves, man. That's really it. You got to search in your soul, deal with yourself. Everybody got work to do.
We didn't even get to the song of the week.
Sorry.
Let's. I'm
We
just
spoke
going
on it briefly.
Yeah, I'm
we did.
finna do the first verse and then we can go ahead and get the hell up out y'all here. Well, I'm out to have a real good time, and now you want to try to play me. But friends of yours are friends of mine, so don't you try to fade me. If you don't have nothing good to say, your words will be withholding. These kind of games a girl will play just like mother told me. Here we go again.
Real quick. I got to acknowledge just because she been showing love on Facebook like crazy.
Thank you so much, babe.
Janice Daniels.
Janice
She
Daniels.
said, so if you show emotions, she said, so if you show emotions, does that make you a man or less than? And then after that, she said, they don't know how. She was speaking of the caucus. She said, they will kill their mate first. That was the conversation we had real quick.
Wow.
The caucus.
Yeah. So stupid.
The envelopians.
Wow.
Did y'all hear the
When it rain outside, smells like
You didn't hear the
Puppy dogs out.
We did this on this show, wasn't it?
What?
Twitter's top name for white people or something.
No.
No, what is it?
We gotta do it next week. I gotta find it because I ran it.
Wow.
It was the envelopians was one of them.
Oh.
Lipless lieutenants.
Wow.
Whenever Charlie finally make it to his show, she go,
The white people.
hey, I love when she do that shit.
It was a white woman.
It was a white.
We love our white people that watch the show.
With that said, now it's time
But it's fine.
to say goodbye.
Goodbye to all of our colorful fans.
And I
white.
ones who lack melanin as well.
Our colored. Colored is fine.
White is a color.
It is a color.
And we love y'all too.
That's right. We do. We do.
End of the
I
day,
did the
y'all.
absence of all colors, but okay.
See, I'm not doing this with y'all.
And black is the beginning of all.
It's the
colors.
presence of all
The
colors.
beginning of all.
It's
colors.
time to end the show.
It's
So
so time to end the show.
before we go down a wormhole, we don't.
They definitely demonetizing this
Listen,
shit.
people, America.
Send them stars. Send them
If you
stars
don't-
now.
If you ain't
Mayday,
learned-
mayday.
They gonna take them back.
America, I'm trying to get us the fuck out of here before the FCC get here. If you don't learn shit else, learn how to communicate. I mean, I'm
Please
talking
do.
about proper communications for all your relationships, whatever they may be, because it may very well be the life or the death of said relationship. And before the death of this show, I'd just like to say one more thing. White people.
What?
This has been
It was a
Face
white.
the music.
Are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.
Production.
7 Mile